feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I'm just telling you to fight for your dreams, but it's not what it seems. Man, it's hard to be seen when everybody wants to be king. Yeah, they all wanna ring, yeah, we all wanna be free. So show me what you got, what you bring, how you fight in the ring, how you take a fucking swing. Do you got heart, are you mean? Got some scars, got some needs, are you willing to go bleed? I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown. I feel nauseous, believe me. Never had a lot of shit come easy. Had to work hard, struggle just to be me. Had to rise up just so they could see me. Did what I had to do just to feed me. And what was left over I put towards my dreaming. But the only thing in life that has meaning are the things you gotta work for, believe me. Take into your hands a plan, your own hands can land your own brand. And damn, I feel like no one takes accountability. They want the credibility, convincingly unwilling to put in the hours it takes to get some power. Don't be f***ing sour, take a cold shower. Scream until you're louder, work until you're prouder. And f*** all the doubters, they're just your downers. I swear to God they all let me down. I always fought just to wear the crown. I'm off at these fucking clowns who were all taught they deserve an ounce. It's only worth it if you work for it. It's only worth it if you work for it. I won't stop till they hear me now. I won't stop till I wear the crown.
What up, Nine?
Trapaholics Mixtapes.
As the 9% and word would say, make a better you, a better us.
international. Give them what they ask for.
Who do you think you are? I'm the word. Who am I? I'm the one who put in the work.
When I move, it's an earthquake rumble. I will never ever fall, never stumble. And I don't need to be humble. Break down walls like Jericho crumble.
So it's the word. You see the title. We about to get into it. But before we do that, do me a favor. Hit that like button. And if you're new, hit that subscribe, man. It's free to you. But it mean the world to me, right? It mean the world to me. But hey, what up though, man? Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Let me get in the chat real quick. Didi, what it do? What the business is, huh? Bud Files, what it do, fam? Appreciate y'all. Appreciate y'all. Hey, I got the word up there. Let me change that. Y'all talking to Coach T today, so we gonna do things a little differently. You know, we're gonna handle business a little differently today. Um, but today we gonna talk about most people get into relationships for the wrong reason, and a lot of times that's why people get to that point of complaining about relationships is because like Gary would say this is what brother Gary said. He said people look for the outside aspects versus the inside. And most people form relationships with people for the outside, meaning the attractions. It can be looks, it can be finances, it can be status, um, but for the outside reasons, not the internal. And a lot of times when relationships don't last, or when people fall out of relationships, it's due to these things I'm about to name, and all of them are internal critiques, right? All three of them. I got five for y'all, but I'm only gonna give y'all three. But if we get into it, people get to talking and we interacting, then I give y'all two bonuses, right? But I do got a video on this um relationship. I'm just doing it backwards. So I'm telling you why most people fail in relationships is because hold on one second. Yeah, but the reason most people fail in relationships, number one reason is uh I think we all can agree on this. People say it, but like I said, they don't apply it, right? Clear communication, right? Number one reason why relationships fail is the breakdown of communication. There's no clear, effective communication. And when we talk about communicating, we're talking about communicating our thoughts just as well as our feelings, right? Um, Most people in relationships, they go through something, and instead of talking to the person about the problem or the situation, what do? They'll talk to a friend, family member, coworker, right? But that ain't gonna solve nothing because these people got their own perspectives and their ideas, and they tell you what they would do in your situation. Versus you talking to the person that you got a problem with. This is supposed to be a partner. So before people even get into relationships, always say these are key factors to determine even if the person is of quality for you to get into a relationship. I'm gonna give you five. I'm gonna give you three, and like I said, the interaction cool. Then we bust down some more. Realist one in the building. What up, fam? Appreciate you. Appreciate you. But this is what happens. I'm gonna tell y'all what happens and why it's important to have these key factors before you even determine if this person is of quality. Listen to the terms I'm using of quality. The problem is in most relationships, people be dating unqualified people, meaning these people ain't even qualified to be in a communication, I mean relationship. Why? Because they can't do these simple things, right? And one, and the most important one, this is like the foundation that's going to lay the framework for everything, is can I, and can not only I, but can this person clearly communicate how they think and how they feel? Because if not, what happens is people go through things and they bury it. They go through things and they bury it. Why? Because I can't tell this person how I feel because I assume he or she go react like this, right? That's what most people like when I be talking to people, like when I'm coaching people, and literally they telling me stuff. They sitting together telling me stuff that they never told one another, and I'm like, this is crazy. I'm like, so why you ain't tell he or she this? And it's always this. This is the most common excuse or justification they people give is the fact that they assume how the person is going to react. And yes, maybe you got a history of that person reacting like that. Guess what? Consistency is the key. If you can't clearly communicate how you think and feel to someone, you don't need to fuck with them. Flat and simple. You can't communicate with them. So there is going to be an issue. And life, they say life is a game, right? Even using that concept. When you play a game, the whole point of playing a game is to win. So you have to put yourself in the best position. So now when you're talking about having a partner, someone who you potentially is going to not only make life or create life, have kids, but start putting finances together, right? When you get in a relationship, you might move in with this person. You might uh finance something for a person. Okay, I ain't gonna go too deep, but shit like that happens, right? And then what happens? A couple months later, it's cool because all the outside things. I was attracted to her because she had a big butt. I was attracted to him because he had muscles and money. He had a good job. And then you found out the person can't clearly and effectively communicate with you. So from that point, everything breaks down. Everything becomes a snowball because if you don't have this, you can't have the rest of what I'm about to tell you. Dolly, what up, sis? What up, Dolly? Appreciate you, man. Appreciate you. But if you can't clearly, effectively communicate your thoughts and how you feel to a person, and they can't do the same, it's gonna be an issue. It's gonna be like a pressure cooker, right? People will be building shit up, holding shit in. Okay, I'm gonna let this go. I'm gonna let this go, and eventually, it's gonna be a straw that broke the camel back. You done put bricks. You done put trees, cement, everything on this camel back, and then a piece of straw you put on there and it make the camel fall. That's how it's gonna be. It's gonna be building up, building up, building up, and just like a pressure cooker. You ever took a pressure cooker without releasing the steam first? You ever did that? I never did it, but I seen somebody do it, and it was fucked up because we had to take him to the hospital because the steam hit his face, burnt the shit out of his chin. And he was white too, so his chin was like red, and I was like, oh shit. But that's how it be. People get burnt, right? So if you can't clearly listen to what I'm saying, you can't clearly communicate your emotions and your thoughts to a person without there being an issue, that's a clear sign that you don't this is not going to work. That's the foundation, right? So that's number one. Let's go to number two. Understanding of expectation, right? Because people um, have any type of now all this can transfer to friendship, relationship, romantic, but I'm specifically talking about a romantic relationship. But this translates to all aspects of relationship because it's just basic fucking human interaction that most people don't get, and it's annoying. But anyway, clearly understanding expectations that someone has for you and them understanding the expectations that you have for them. If it's clearly stated at the beginning, before you even decide to be in a relationship with this person, guess what? That's like a contract. It's an unwritten contract. Okay. A person can either say, you know what, that's cool, I can do that. Or a person can say, nah, I'm straight. And you won't have to put, most times people have conflict in relationship. It'd be from unidentified expectations. UIF, UIE, unidentified expectations. That's what a lot of conflict comes from. And like I said, the foundation itself is clear communication. So if you're not communicating clearly, how you go effectively tell someone what you expect, and how they go effectively tell you what they expect. And when I say effectively, I'm talking about on a comprehension level. I don't really too much deal with understanding. Understanding to me is just simply being aware of something. Okay, I'm aware we're in a relationship, but I don't know what you expect out of this relationship. Everybody different. I've been with some girls who didn't mind me, and mind you, I worked in at this time. I was working in the hospital. I was doing real estate. I was doing personal training. So it was I was talking to this one chick right after my marriage ended. I was talking to this one chick, and she got upset every time I was training a female. I'm like, I'm in the gym. I ain't like I'm going to their house. And I taught self defense. So anytime I had a female client, most of my clients was female, she had an attitude. She wanted to go. Okay, I'm like, cool, you can go. First couple times, it didn't hit me. I'm like, yeah, you can go. And then I'm looking like, oh, you jealous? You thinking somebody? Oh no, I'm straight. Like this, I'm making money. You got me bent, right? You got me bent, left, right, up, and down. I'm making money. Now I know you probably been through some shit with some people where you can't trust men and all that. I'm fine with that. I understand it. But that's not gonna come between me and my money. Your feelings, what you thinking, or how you feel about something, instead of you using critical thinking and looking at the situation for what it is. If you clear, like my wife, she don't care if I talk to females. I can walk in a room and be talking to a female on the phone. My wife knows one or two things: either somebody really close to me, or I'm making money. Right? So understanding expectation. Because if she would have told me like at the beginning, I don't want you communicating with females unless I'm around. I would have told her, I would have told her I'm straight. I'm straight. But see, I assume, right? Assuming of expectations. I assume, and I'm gonna tell you what I did wrong because I didn't effectively communicate like, hey, I'm gonna be around females when you're not around. I didn't communicate that. So I assumed because I was making money and she trusted me that she'd be okay with it. And I expected her to be okay with it. That's what I expected because I'm making money. I'm making money to spend on you. So, I mean, but neither one of us clearly communicated those expectations. So eventually it became a problem. There'd be so many hidden expectations. People assume, oh, because I think like this person should think like this. So this should be okay, or this should be is an expectation that's not communicated. But if you clearly communicate expectations, meaning your boundaries, right? I'm talking about things that must haves, but to even express that to someone else, you must first know it yourself, right? That'd be a problem too, but we're not talking about that right now. Y'all can pay me for that one. I ain't giving you that sauce free, but I'll give you this sauce free, right? So in that aspect, you have to effectively communicate what expectations that you have for them and what you have for yourself. Right? You do this before you even get into a relationship, I promise you. Look, there's no guarantee in any relationship, right? But you can higher the probability if you select the right person for you. Everybody different, right? So I'm not putting no blanket on it. I'm leaving. This is like a quilt. I'm giving you material to make your own blanket, right? So I'm not putting the blanket on nothing. If you look how I'm delivering, I'm talking about things that everyone should be capable of doing. Right? Now, the people might do it different, or they might look at it different. But even communicate, you will understand the difference. So that's number two. Number three, and I think this one I was gonna use the different. You know what? I'm giving you. I ain't giving y'all this. I give y'all this. I ain't giving y'all this. I'm gonna give y'all a new number because y'all ain't effectively communicating with me in the chat. So I ain't giving y'all the soft sauce. I'm gonna give y'all some dipping sauce. Y'all ain't getting some dipping sauce right now. The link is pinned too. Feel free to come up and have these conversations. Have this conversation with me. Um, right. So number three, that's the one I'm gonna get y'all, right? 5, 10, 15 year plan. Why is that important? Because time changes everyone, right? Time changes everyone, right? And most people don't have a clue what they'd be doing 5, 10, or 15 years from now, right? But if you have goals, you should have a timetable, especially when you're young. You know, y'all listen to this and y'all in your 20s, 30s, 40s, even, 5, 10, 15 year plan. Where does this person see themselves? Because I have gotten in a relationship, 2 years went past, no, a year and a half went past. And I'm like, I'm going to school. Huge fight, we broke up. Person didn't want me to go to school. They thought because I work and now I'm going to school, I have less time for them. Like, I'm straight. But that was always a goal, right? That was always a goal. So you understand too, like if the person want kids, if they want them in the next 5, 10, 15 years, if the person got career goals. If the person just like, you know what, I'm gonna be doing what I'm doing now. That might not be good enough for you. Think about it. You young and somebody working at Walmart, right? And you like, what's your 5, 10 year, 15 plan? Well, I expect to get a new car. Hopefully I get a supervisor or manager job at Walmart. Say if they ain't got no ambition, you would know that from understanding where they see themselves 5, 10, 15 years from now. Changes will occur. Now you can't predict the changes, but at least if you can read and understand where the person ideally is going. And by doing that, you can see if y'all going in similar direction. You can see if you can support what they have plans for, right? If not, then you get with a person 3, 4 years from now, you trying to move up, they content where they at. Now you got issues. Now you got problems, right? Now you got issues. Now you got problems. So understanding where a person sees themselves going and communicating where you I mean, as couples, you support and it depends. Like everybody different. Some women just look at themselves as helpmates. Some people look at themselves as bosses, standing next to another boss, you know? So you can see if the person is ambitious. Uh, so it's so many benefits from it. But the main one is this. Like I said, people change, things change, time changes, right? So you will know if the person changing with the time or the time changing the person. You'll know that from understanding if the person, and again, the foundational piece is the effective communication aspect. Without that, um, like if I ask the person what they doing in the next 5, 10, 15 years, and they're like, you know what, I ain't think about that. I'm straight. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Me personally, I ain't saying nothing wrong with it. I'm just saying it ain't for me. And I can know that right away. I can know that right away. So, um, me personally, I always tell people, especially before, like I had uh, two, two recent clients, um, couples, who I was coaching, and they wanted, one of them were planning on getting married. The other ones was already engaged. And after the conversation, they kind of, they had a deeper understanding of one another. Just going over these 5 questions, these 5 things, right? These 5 things. They had clear understanding where each other was going and if they can support one another's their journey. Like think about if a person don't like politics, right? And they dating someone who maybe in 10 years, like I would like to try politics, but right now they ain't really into it. And then one day they just pop out with this ambition to be a politician. Then what? But these are the things, these three things, right? It can give you a clear understanding if this person, like I said, is of quality, right? That's the whole thing. That's the reason. And when you hear most people complain about exes and all that, it's the quality of the person. As simple as that. You expected something that you didn't even know if the person was truly capable of. Because like I hear some of these stories and I'm like, bro, how you ain't noticed that shit? How you ain't noticed? How you ain't? I mean, their action clearly showed that. Like these are simple questions. Like when I hear people, well, I can't say that to them because I know how they go react. Like, damn, you in a relationship with someone and you can't say what you want to say? That's weird to me. But I've been there before. I've been there before, and I was stupid. I was stupid. I don't deal with people I can't, not even on a friendship level. And I can't make money with you if I can't tell you how I think or feel. 'Cause then that's how people get to scheming against one another, bro. So much bad shit comes from lack of communication, man. That's how people get to scheming from one another. Even in relationships, that's why people be in competition. Like, how you gonna be in competition with your spouse? That shit weird. That shit weird. People be in competition with their own spouse. They're supposed to be your partner, the one who got your back when nobody else got it. And y'all beefing in competition. Even with my kids, right? I look at my kids, I be like, "You mad at daddy?" I be like, they be like, "Yeah." I be like, "Why? You go ahead and tell me why you mad at daddy." You know, I want them to be able to say, "Hey, man, I ain't like the way you talked to me. I ain't like you screamed at me, you yelled, you did." Tell me why communicate how you feel. That's important. That is important. I'm telling you, that will um, being able to communicate your feelings. You'll never feel like the person not taking your feelings in consideration. Or you will know when a person does and when a person don't. Take your feelings in consideration. I don't care who you is. You can be a stone cold killer, man. Everybody wants to feel like their feelings matter. The way they feel inside matters. Everybody desires it. That's the aspect of love, man. Or compassion, empathy. You know, people want that. Man, my wife will be mad as shit. I smashed all this meatloaf. I done lost 20 pounds and it probably gained about at least 10, 15. It's good as hell, man. I'm about to hit me smack. But yeah, clear, effective communication, clear, explaining the expectations for one another. Let a person know what you expect from them and let them know what they can expect from you, you know? And that way, and look, see, this alleviates, or these are solutions to a lot of issues that happen. You can avoid some of the basic shit that harms relationships. Not only can you identify if the person is even quality, but you definitely, my bad. I'm looking at these, man, she made these weird skin potatoes, bro. And I don't know if she basing them with the meatloaf or whatever, but they got the, man, yeah, my wife be doing that thing. But, so not only can you make sure a person is a quality person, in the first place to even be in a relationship, but also you will alleviate or avoid a lot of these issues that lead to, dysfunction in relationships. So just being able to express yourself, letting people know your expectations and you know their expectations before you even get into it. That way you know if the person is for you or not. You know, you'll know if the person's for you or not. Now people gonna say, well, people can lie. Yeah, they can lie. And guess what? If they tell you to expect something, they show you something else, clear sign to get the hell away from, right? Clear sign. So yeah. So now it ain't no guessing or assuming. Nope, you said you was like this and you can do this and you can do that. How you show you can't do it. So I'm gone. I ain't gonna waste my time. I ain't even gonna waste my time. So now you have something to identify. Like it, like most time you're in a relationship, you don't know what to expect until it's done, right? So now you can have a clear indicator instead of assuming. You ain't got to give people the benefit of the doubt. Because if you tell me this and you do this, then ain't no benefit of the doubt needed, bro. Ain't no benefit of the doubt needed. You knew my expectations. You said yay to it. Now you feel you couldn't do it. Read the contract. See, like I said, it's like an unwritten contract. That's how you look at it, man. It's like an unwritten contract, and you just breached the contract, so it's over. And move on about your business. This will give you the confidence. This will help you select the right people. That's what most people. When you hear people say all men are like this or women are just like this, what they really telling you is they don't trust in themselves to select or choose the right person. That's what they really telling you. They just making justifications and excuses about this to other people. Because if you consistently run into bad people, then what the fuck do they say about you? One or two things. Either you're dealing with the company you keep or you're a bad decision maker. There's two things that tell you. You keep going through the same bullshit over and over. And I'm talking from experience. I kept dating similar type of women. Similar type of women. Ones I couldn't communicate with, ones who expected me to hold the fucking world up for them, but I couldn't expect shit from them. I kept dating similar women. Oh, first bite pop up. Give me 1 second. Got that blue raspberry Kool-Aid, bro. I was about to stir up. Give me 1 second. Bust it down, bust it down, Brian. Bust it down, Brian. What up, my 33 brother? What up, man?
What up, though? What up, though? Mic check, mic check. Can you hear me?
All in clear.
Mic check. Okay. Nah, you was just cooking about the part about you got to know what you want, right? You have to know what you want, you know. And it's funny because it's like we're really hitting each other, right? Because I don't know if everybody saw the live about the expectations. What is your expectations of yourself? I was gonna leave that up to you. Y'all gotta hit up my 33 brother for that, that interior question, because you gotta know what you want, right? Okay, his number one was clear communication, right? You gotta be
Mm-hmm.
able to verbalize exactly what it is that you want. But the first question would be, uh, what what it is that you truly desire, right? Because everybody wants the title and not a role. Like everybody wants to be the man, but don't want nobody want to work as a man. Everybody want to be that special lady, but don't want the role of that special lady. They just want the title and not the role. Are you ready, or are you able to handle what you're looking for? These are the things that you have to set up and really sit down and inquire about yourself. So, you know, it may sound like we clashing. All I'm saying is you got to know what you want before any of these steps is taking place. You gotta know what it is. What is your preference, right? You gotta do your own self examination. You gotta be able to say, you know what? If I prefer my girl to have the coke shake bottle, uh, I need to work on myself. I can't be 230, 240 pounds and doing this and doing that. I can't do that. Right. So you're gonna have to examine yourself before you step up and step out to make these relationships even occur.
Most people like that's why I use the term qualified or quality, right? Most people ain't even qualified for what they desire. They haven't built themselves up to that. That's why I said earlier that's a whole nother conversation. They gonna pay me for that one. Yeah,
Yeah.
they got to pay for that one. But I had it with you though. You my bro. I had that conversation with you. But
Nah, you ain't got to listen, cause I'm listen, cause I'm about to have this conversation to finish the expectation part very soon. Matter of fact, the next day you off, well, the next day you got afternoon time, you let me know, cause that's when we gonna do it. Cause I was man, I'm trying to tell people y'all gotta woo. There's elevation to these things, and I didn't like it. I hesitated to come up here because I didn't want to have this conversation because I know you trying to do what you do, but at the same time, y'all have to have the y'all need to be screened, right? If
mhm.
y'all understand, y'all have to be examined to understand what it is that you truly want. This is why I'm saying y'all got to talk to Coach D on the sidelines. Y'all gotta talk to him away from the thing. Y'all have to stop being afraid to have these conversations. If you don't know, you don't know. You understand? Like if you truly want to improve and better yourself, you have to ask these questions to yourself. You have to say, okay, I made a thought, right? I thought about this, right? Now I believe in it. So that's your expectation. That's number two in his program, right? So if you had the thought and now you have the belief that you can go ahead and achieve it, you need to start working on it. I know, I don't believe. I know Coach D can get you there. Why? Because he is in the opportune place, right? Especially with relationships. He's in a marriage. So he's done the relationship part. He's done the courting, done all of these things, right? Even if y'all feel like it may not work for you. You might well take the blueprint, adjust it for yourself, and see if it works for you. Right? All right. I can't go ahead and I just can't call a woman right now. Okay, well communicate with the woman. That's number one. Open the lines of communication. If you open the line of communication and you're truthful with the conversation, he says clear. I'm saying be truthful with it because there's no need to lie to kick it because you got to keep living that lie in order to make it come to a reality. And most people that lie for a period of time, they can't keep it up. So it must be truthful communication. I know he said clear because you could say something loud and clear, but it has to be truthful at the same time. So when you get to that part, then you can go to the expectations and the 5, 10, 15 plan.
Mm. And even when I say, clear, you can always say clear, effective communication. I don't think I type it like this, but clear, effective communication of your thoughts and emotion. So, I mean,
Mm,
clearly explaining that, your thoughts and emotions, it should, like you said, be truthful. If it ain't, then it ain't, to me, it's not clear. Like I'm not clearly communicating what I'm thinking or feeling. But, adding truth to that, ain't nothing wrong with that. But also, like, even, I have like experience, right? But I was talking to somebody on here and they was talking about, oh, because you're a coach, you interject your beliefs. Nah, bro, you can't limit me to what you do, to your limitations. I don't have to inject. I don't tell people what they should do. I give them tools. Like I'm telling you to communicate. I'm not telling you how to pick a person. I'm telling you what type of people you should pick. Like if they don't have these attributes, or even you, if you can't effectively communicate, I'm telling you that's something you need to work on to have an effective and efficient relationship with someone. These are just tools. Like far as people preferences, I don't really care. But without these tools, there's a high probability the relationship is gonna fuck up. And that's just from observation. That's stuff we can observe, and I can use what I'm saying. I can back it up by statistics too, if I needed to. Most
mm,
commonly, why people break up is lack of communication. That's the why. That's the why. The lack of communication is the most common reason things fall apart. But it just between human beings interacting in general, misunderstandings, misinterpretation. That's what occurs. I'm thinking one thing, you thinking another thing, but we together. How that makes sense? But like you said too,
Well,
like when you talk about expectations, like um, just understanding a person's expectations and can the person even meet your expectations before you. All this is prior to you even getting in a relationship. So you can have your preferences, right? That's the outside stuff. And then once you get to talking or dating or courting, and you see these people don't have these minimum three things, then you know that ain't the right one. You got to go find another one with those same look. Man, look, it's so men. Man, just speaking to the men for a second, bro. Look, we can be choosy as hell at the end of the day. At the end of the day, I
you
don't
think
know why.
so?
I know so, bro. Look, it ain't enough women on this planet. I mean, there's too many women on the planet, bro. They all numbers. So long as you build yourself up to be a quality person, you gonna always have quality selection, bro.
That is that
As
is
a man,
the key word right there.
that's but the
Quality.
whole if you but see this is what I'm saying though. Like when y'all rock with me, bro. I don't just give people titles. So when I say man, I'm talking about mature in three aspects. Three out of six aspects for a man to be considered a man should be mature in minimum three aspects in life. Right? Other than that, you don't qualify. So you a male. So men, I'm talking to the men out there, not the boys, not the not none of that. I'm talking about quality men, dudes to take care of their business. We can be select. It's many chicks. The men usually date down anyway. So I mean, we can be selective, bro. There's a bunch of chicks
That's
out here.
agreeable.
Don't sit up here. Yeah, don't sit up here and sell yourself short, bro. Women talk about I'm the table, bro. I was about to go. I wanted to. This chick on TikTok was saying I wanted to go on that panel so bad. Hey, your back built like a table, but no, you ain't the table, bro. You ain't no damn table, bro. Hey, man should be bowing down. Like, we better take your ass back to Amazonia. This America.
But the man, like even that conversation. This is what I try to tell people. Y'all want a man to submit to, because bowing down. Y'all want the man to submit to the marriage, right? I may be jumping the table. I might be jumping the line or the gun line or whatever, right? But when you say submit, right? The man submits to the woman first. How is that? Because this new era when you got to bow down to the female just to propose to her. He's already telling you he's committed to the situation by bowing down to you. So if you go into the situation and you like, I'm not going to submit. Well, why the hell does the man got to submit to you first? Y'all not even looking for the bigger picture in the first place. Because, like I said, I did a thing on submit, right? Listen, you get lower to see the higher picture, then you elevate to come together to get to that part. But even with that, people don't want to do that because they want to be right and so on and so forth. If the goal is right, y'all should be striving together. This is what people have to understand. I hate that I might be spilling tea. I might be taking away from you. I apologize. Excuse me. But in order to have a lasting relationship, you have to come to some type of agreement. There has to, your mindset, your mindset, my mindset must be at on one accord. That's what would be called equally yoked. If we going like, here's a bigger question: are people dating to get married? This is something else that we have to talk about.
I don't think so. This
You don't
is,
think so?
all that shit is covered under that. What are your expectations? What are your 5, 10, 15 year plans? That's why I said I wasn't giving the blanket. I was giving you the material to create your own blanket.
Well,
That five,
they
10,
better get it. They
all
better get that quilt.
if you effectively communicate your expectations, your 5, 10, 15 year plan will be laid out. And I got two more. I ain't giving y'all. I got two more. I ain't giving y'all. But I don't want to.
Well, I'm a simplify it for y'all. Well, I'm a simplify one, two, and three. There's a thing that must occur. It's called elevation growth, right? If you gonna go into this thing, you better have that number two expectation that this thing is going to elevate into something serious. Because if you don't, you can't even get to number three. If you get to number one, you ain't gonna have the clear conversation. It's gonna stagnate. You wasting your time. So you must go in there with the number two expectation that this thing is going to go into something bigger. If you don't, your situationship is going to be just that, a situationship. It's not going to evolve into a relationship. It's not going to elevate into a engagement. It damn sure ain't going to elevate into a marriage. So y'all have to understand what the man is telling y'all. The man is telling y'all to take your time, see if y'all willing to grow into this situation. If not, fall back. That's what he's telling y'all.
Lean back, lean back. Okay, so check this out. I'm gonna give y'all some free sauce too. I ain't even gonna hit the sauce button. I'm gonna give y'all some sauce. So the men and women, I want y'all to listen to what I'm about to say and invest it. And y'all both can utilize it different ways. But check this out. Women, do not complain about a man being or acting feminine when you're emasculating men. I see so much of that's going on. It's like you want the man to be woman like, but then when it's time for him to be a man, he can't do it because he's been being a woman. Like men and women, I tell this to couples, like I'm built a little different than most people because I'm like an observable person. I'm very observant. So I'm a little different. You know, you say you have an outlier. You know, I'm like that. You know, but ladies, stop trying to make your man your best friend. Stop doing it. Right? Just to go get a female best friend that you can gossip and do all that shit with. All the soft shit you can do that shit with. Let your man go play with cars and guns and football and shit like that. Right? Because a lot, man, and you see it in the younger generation too. A lot of these dudes, like once you make a man soft, bro, it's like neutering him, man. Cutting the balls off. Men need to be men, chew tobacco and spit and shit like that. Stop emasculating men and then complaining about them acting like bitches. Because that's what I mean. That's what they create. Men are uber emotional. It was a period in time we were told to bottle our emotions, but through different philosophies like Stoicism, you see men all we were always the ones that maintained and controlled our emotions. You even got the president tweeting at 3 o'clock in the morning because he pissed off now. Grown ass man having temper tantrums and shit. You know, all the men we dominate our emotions. We make excuses for oh, that's a female, you know, that's why she acting like that emotional. We got a built in innate excuse when females act emotional because that's what they do. Men don't do that. But when men start doing that, it's different. 'Cause we tear shit up. Shit get tore up. People get shot. People get all this crazy shit that happen when men get emotional. But that's how
Hmm.
you making men emotional. You want men to be soft. You want men to be in tune to this shit that's not supposed to be like that, bro. All men can't be like that. That shit is not innately inherited. That's something that is learned behavior. And if a person ain't, the reason I'm good at it, because I practice Buddhism. I ain't even gonna hold you up. That's why. Cause I be on my Buddhism shit. So I can be like kind of, I can convert. I can be what I need to be, right? I can be whatever I need to be. I'm adaptable. Most people put themselves in a box and this with it. So if I'm emotional and empathetic, I have to be emotional and empathetic all the time. No, I don't do that shit all the time. I do it when it's needed, right? Simple as that. It's just a tool. It's not supposed to be, but that ain't how most people are. So that's not what you go get normally. But what's happening is like I'm hearing dudes screaming and yelling. I'm like, bro, what the fuck going on? This shit wild, bro. Like the women around me don't do all that. Is the lack of emotional regulation.
Mm. I listen.
Most
When
that
we
was
had those
common.
situations, yeah, because we had those situations. That's what it was called, the barbershop. Things like that. You know, I ain't trying to shout out my alter ego, but this is why Mr. 33 exists, right? Because we can go over there, we can have those type of we can vent about certain things over there, right? Go to sports chat, Mr. 33. You go over there, we talk about the sports. Okay. yo, this team sucks. All they gotta do is da 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 da. That's us blowing off steam. That's us getting all of that stuff up out of us, right? We don't want, look, we leaving everyday life outside of us, right? We leaving the work thing outside. We go to the channel, we talk about sports. Yo, we got hope that our team gonna win. My team is 1-9, and I don't care. We're gonna pull this off. I need them to win, right? Because this is where we blow it off. We men are not supposed to add to a female's emotional state. I keep pouring into them, even though they want us to, because we carry a lot. Man, how we gonna fix this damn house? How am I gonna fix this roof? How am I pay for this busted pipe? How am I gonna do all of these things? She can listen, but we trying to get that off our chest so we can go ahead and find the solution. She may help us, but sometimes we just want to be around fellas that could understand where we are with those situations. So of course I agree with 100% what he said. You can't make a man feel like a woman and then tell him to go be a man, because he's not going to be able to do it. You playing with his emotions too much. He don't know how to be logical because he's too emotional. And when he's too emotional,
Mhm.
logic goes out the window.
Mhm. Once you're in that emotional state, it's hard to switch back and forth. Most people can't do that either. I was watching. I'm gonna do a video on Tommy Stoudemire, bro. Tommy Stoudemire, I got some new respect for him, bro. I'm gonna do a video on it. Yeah, bro. I'm gonna just let y'all see. I don't know if y'all seen it, and if y'all have, wait till I break it down because I like the behavior. He didn't know what to name certain things, but he was calling shit out as it was happening. I'm like, that's it. And he had it was they call it ironic satire. He a comedian too. He a performer. So that's what he
Mm.
do. He perform. So you can. I want to point out the ironic satire that he was doing to show the people what, instead of naming what they was doing, he was giving them the same energy as you would say. He just amplified the shit. The shit was funny as hell. I think it's like 15 minute clip.
he,
Yeah.
he turned it
I
up.
probably
He
I'm gonna
turned
do
it
that
up.
tomorrow. That shit was I was cracking the fuck up. I'm like, man, I got new respect for him. He be saying some crazy shit, but then like the more I learned about him, I understood why he did things the way he did. So at that point, it's like if I understand it ain't no point of judging. I don't know, I don't agree, but that's what he do, and he consistent at what he do. So shit, that's him. That's how he perform, and that's what he tell you. He perform. He a comedian. So I mean, I get a newfound respect for him. So shout out to Tommy Stoudemire. He be getting emotional as hell too, though. Bro. I was like, damn, you about I watched it. I was like, I'm listening because I think I was getting my son homework or something. I was taking his homework or something. I'm listening to it, and I'm like, damn, is he about to cry? He's like, man, yo, was something wrong? I'm like, oh no, bro. But shit, that's him, bro. I mean, I ain't knocking him for it. I mean, I don't know what type. He probably had like some type of friendship with the dude. That's what it sounded like. I was like, God damn, bro.
Like, for you, right? I'm gonna ask you this question, right? How much of a difference is it to coach someone that you admire than just somebody that you don't know? How much of a difference does it take you to adjust the coaching tactics, or does it make you change your coaching tactic when
No,
you
bro.
know the individual, like, hands on? I'm just asking.
No, I don't. I don't change. Nothing. I don't change nothing because one, I don't inject my own emotions into what I'm doing. Whatever I do, I got to be emotionless about it. So I have no feelings. I mean, to observe and to analyze, bro, you can't have emotions involved. I have no bias. I had friends who wanted me to coach them in relationships, but they significant other was like, "No, that's your friend." I'm like, "Bro, trust me. I'm gonna say it like it is. I ain't scared of neither one of y'all motherfuckers, bro. So I'm gonna just tell you how I feel. I'm gonna give you my observation, and that's what it is, bro. It's no. I don't care how much I like you or don't like you, bro. It's about the money at that point. I can separate emotion. That's what I do. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm good at what I do though, because it's no. Even like, bro, I got Christian clients, bro. This dude been rocking with me for a whole year, bro. Whole year, bro.
Hmm.
And he a Christian. And I don't push none of my beliefs or my understandings on him. It's what he needs for his journey. So I help him with that,
Right.
help him understand different aspects of the Bible and how it pertains to him. And I help him
Hmm.
with his. It's nothing about how I feel or how I think. None of that matters, bro. It's not about me. It's about him. And a lot of people, even when they giving advice, bro, they tell you how they think or how they feel. They don't take into consideration what you're capable of, what your limitations are, what your strengths are weak. They don't take none of that into consideration because they too busy telling you about how they feel about the situation. And even paid professionals do that shit, like therapists and psychologists. They give you how they feel about it versus understanding where you at and what you're capable of. I can give somebody advice, right? And tell them how I would handle a situation, but what if they don't have the resources? What if they don't have the wisdom or the knowledge that I have? What if they don't even have a basic
That's a
understanding of
resource.
what I know? How they gonna do it? They're incapable of it.
Right.
So I may have to. So it's times when I'm coaching people, I have to build them up to a point where they can actually accomplish their goal. I have to give them the tools. That's why I was saying, even this conversation, I'm not telling you how to select a person. I'm telling you qualities needed to have an effective, efficient relationship. And all this is probable because you can do everything I say right and it still turn out wrong.
Mm.
But the probability of it working out will be higher if you have these pieces in place. Because these are the pieces that make the foundation crumble because they're not added in the material of the construction of the relationship. That's just how it is.
Well, like I said, if y'all, I mean, I think he did a good job. He did a good job talking about the expectations and things like that. I don't know if he wants to break it down any further or whatever, but y'all have to know what expectations are. You know what I mean? Like all day. You know the word I've been hearing all day today, and it's been bothering the hell out of me. Accountability. I'm like, why does these people still talk about this? And I'm like, oh my god, why y'all keep saying that? Y'all keep saying accountability like that's the end all be all, right? And I'm saying this to say y'all have to understand the pecking order of things, right? If you understand that your thought leads to your expectation, you gotta have that thought, and you have to have that thought in mind. What is it that you want? Do you want that person to who's going to treat you as an equal? Do you want that person that's going to treat you as a trophy? Do you want that? Whatever it is, you got to have that thought. Now you got to understand why you are that trophy, why you are that nice person. Why do you deserve it? Excuse me, I sound like Coach D with the why aspect. You have to ask yourself, why did that thought come into your mind? Do you deserve it? How do I get there? When I get there, why is it taking me so long to get there? Whatever the question is, that's how you get to that expectation. Until you get to that expectation, you just thinking about a whole bunch of nothing because you're not trying to elevate that into a possibility. So we all have work to do. I understand he's talking about relationships, but we got work to do in order for us to be the representation of our expectation. We have to place ourselves there in the first place.
You know what I get annoyed about? I get annoyed when I hear people say, we need to hold people accountable. Like, how the fuck you gonna hold somebody accountable, bro? Like, you can hold your kids, your friends, or people who you have the authority or for. You can. It takes things to hold. Most people ain't even responsible to hold someone else accountable, bro. They ain't even responsible
Say that again.
to hold someone else
Say
accountable.
that again.
You know, but it takes shit to hold people accountable, like authority, bro. Basic shit, authority. Who do you have authority over? That's who you can hold accountable. Like holding people outside of that authority. Like if you a cop, you can hold people accountable. And what are you holding accountable? What are you holding people accountable for? That I don't know. I just get a, when I hear that. I've heard that a lot this week, bro. Like accountability, and I'm like, bro, like these motherfuckers talk about accountability, bro, in their 40s and 50s. And shit. That shit weird, bro. Like you should have learned that shit a long time ago, bro. Like the whole
Should have learned
concept,
that.
the whole philosophy or ideology about it. Like people just think of something and say it instead of understanding the context of what they actually saying. Like you can't hold people accountable unless you have some type of force or authority. So I mean, like, are you trying to create a mob and then now you built that authority to hold someone accountable? But even then, it's like I don't know, bro. Like we need to hold like nah, bro. Motherfuckers need to just be responsible and end the conversation. Just be responsible. Be responsible for yourself. If everybody do that, a better you is a better us. Be responsible for yourself. Everything will work out for everybody. That's how you fix
That's
solutions.
9%.
That's why we the nine. There you go, bro. There you go. I done solved the problem for y'all. Every individual, be responsible. You have to less. The more responsible you are, the less accountable you have to be. Problem solved. Teach people responsibility from a young age, and hopefully it stick. And then they just be responsible adults. That's all you gotta do, bro. But you can tell motherfuckers is learning about the concept of accountability. I'm like, why y'all keep saying that shit so much, bro?
They need to be
Like,
accountable. They're not accountable for this. Like what?
like you holding someone accountable though. Like I understand, like there is um there's a thing where I feel people should express the importance of accountability. I agree with that because just because we supposed to know something, it's good to get consistent reminders, right? But I'm talking about like in the context of how they talking about it, like they just learned about the shit, or like holding someone else. Like I mean, there are ways we can do that. Like with our politicians, we can elect the right people, but we have to be responsible, right? And electing the right people. If we elect the right people, we ain't got to hold nobody accountable. They're gonna do what they're supposed to do because we were responsible in our selection. So it still always come back to responsibility. We can't elect people and then you're like, oh, we're gonna hold them accountable. What the fuck we even put them there for then? If we gotta hold these grown ass people accountable, why we put them there? Why we letting them get the positions they get? Because we wasn't responsible. That's why. That's why right there. So yeah, all that. I don't know, bro. It's just like some of these conversations. I just be like, I don't know, man. It's like we just got to do better. We got to do better. Well, I ain't got to do better. I'm doing all right. I'm straight. I don't suffer from a lot of, but it's disheartening just coming online, hearing a lot of these conversations. I'm like, man, you're supposed to be more advanced than this. And shout out to the people who just stick to their fucking self. Ain't nothing wrong with that neither, because shit, that's the only thing you can control is yourself. And sometimes it's better to have your peace than be around other people disturbing that shit. And being selective, man. Like that's what y'all need. Stop settling for shit in life, bro. Just because something available don't mean you need to take it. Have more value in yourself to not just accept things, but to take what you deserve. Go get what you want in life, man. Don't just take some shit because it's available, because there's a sampler on the table, and now you didn't have dinner for the day. Now go get you a steak meal, bro. Go get you a tater. Man, that meatloaf is good as hell. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. That shit was good as hell. Go out in life, and if you ain't built to receive, like Gary was saying earlier, you ain't built to receive what you desire. Just build yourself up, man. There's nothing wrong with work. Gary always say, if you grown, you can't grow. Ain't nothing wrong with working on yourself, making you a better version of yourself every day. Ain't nothing wrong with that. No matter how old you are, no matter how young you are, there's always something that anybody and everybody can improve on. And the more you improve yourself, the more quality you will receive. That's your payment of investing into yourself. is receiving more out of life, man. The more you know, the more you can grow. This is how it is, man. I just want to put myself in boxes, man. Some boxes limit your it'll limit you to what you're capable of, to what you can receive. Blessings are abundance, man. It's just we have to meet the frequency of those blessings. Everything is energy, man. You put yourself around good people, good things gonna happen. Put yourself around bad people, bad things gonna happen. It's the energy. It's the energy, man. Now, good and bad is just part of existence. So no matter how good you are or good you do, there's always gonna be bad shit right around the corner. Same thing, every time you're going through something bad, guess what? Something good right around the corner. It's duality, man. It's the same stick, just different ends. That's all it is, bro. All it is. It ain't rocket science. You put a lot of little cogs together, a lot of little gears. You put them together, you get one big mechanism. That's how life is, bro. Put all these little concepts together. I ain't even know Gary dropped down. Gary got snatched. But yeah, man. Yeah, just those three things, bro. You implement those three things, I promise you, man. You have a way more effective and efficient relationship. You put yourself on the right track. Now you after you get those things, all those outside purposes, it'll make it make sense, right? It'll make it make sense. Ain't no point of having what you want, right? That's like this, right? You want a PlayStation 5, right? You get the PlayStation 5 box, you open it up, and ain't nothing in the box. That's how it is. That's probably one of the best analogies I can give you. That's how it be with people, bro. You see the outside shit and it look good, right? That's exactly what I wanted. But then you get home, open the box, and ain't shit in there. Ain't shit in there, and that's how people be. For the fellas, you find that real cute girl with nice body and all that, but she like dingy, make horrible decisions, put you in fucked up situations. Now, was that shit worth it? Hell no. Hell no, that shit wasn't worth it. Only thing you got to do is literally enjoy the box, but nothing else was in it. You enjoyed the box. That's it. You just got the box. Ain't nothing in it though. It's worthless. You done spent all this time just for the box. Nope, I'm straight. For the lady, right? Get with this dude. You got the money, the good job, uh, you got the looks, whatever, all the stuff you wanted. But then guess what? He ain't shit. Treat you bad, dog you, got other girls on the side. All you got was the box. One nothing in it. It's a little different for women though. It made more sense with the dudes, but y'all know what I'm saying. Nothing in it, bro. Nothing on the inside. Everything is outside, but the inside is empty, bro. And that's what happened in a lot of relationships. Shit break down because of lack of communication, lack of expectation. Person might not be going nowhere, have no ambitions in life. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like that was one of the things I learned. Um, when you an ambitious person, you can't be around too many people that's not ambitious. You can't do it, man. You can't do it because people will try to hold you down while you trying to go higher. And you can't do it, bro. That shit, that's like oil and water. That shit just don't mix, bro. When that person, I mean, at least they have to be willing to support you, even if they don't have their own ambitions. If their ambitious mentality translate over to supporting you, that's awesome. But if they don't have that at all, when you trying to work hard, they go be trying to get you to relax, get to chill. They ain't gonna understand that shit because they don't do that. That's not them. So since it's not them, they gonna want you to be more like them. I'm projecting like a motherfucker, bro. I experienced that shit like 5 or 6 times before I learned that lesson. I ain't gonna lie to you. I experienced that about 5 or 6 times. Like, damn, because I'm trying to do better. The person that I'm with find that intimidating. Like, it's a problem with me wanting to do and be better. It's a problem with it. Even friends, right? If you are ambitious and you get around people who not, bro, they will be like, "Oh, you think you better than everybody." I hate when people say that because I'm like, you're literally thinking that. Like you're when people say, "Oh, you think you better," you no, you're literally thinking that. You literally had to think that shit to say it. That's your thought. You projected onto me. You think I'm better than you. That's what it be. And that shit is so annoying just because you want more out of life. Some people are it's some things in like with my family. I am very content with my family. I'm very content with my wife. I'm not out there looking for nobody else or I'm content. So it's things in life some people will be content. But I am not content on how I take care of my family, how I provide. I'm not content with that. I have big dreams, I have big goals. When I'm 60, I want to be chilling. I don't want to be doing nothing. And I have to put myself in position to do that. Right? I gotta put myself in position to do so. So I have big dreams and big goals. And I ain't afraid to try shit. I'm just not afraid to go after my goals and dreams. And some people are. And what happens is people will put their limitations onto you. They will put their own limitations on you. They will try to limit you to what they're limited to. Friends, family, significant other. That's how people are. That's just the nature of people. Not all people, but when you identify it, now you know what it is. When people say you can't do something without evidence of you trying to do it, they're telling you they can't do it, so they don't think you can do it. If they don't even have the evidence of you trying or attempting to do something, how the fuck they know what you can do? Well, I just knew the person. People change, people grow. You know what I'm saying? So can't nobody really truly tell you what you're capable of unless they've seen evidence of you not being able to accomplish it. So without that evidence, if they say, you know what it is, it's just some hating shit. They telling you what they limited to. And other people, man, even the people around y'all, bro, I'm telling you, understanding some of these things, like when I say if I can't tell someone how I think or feel without them feeling some type of way or being they can't do the same to me, then eventually that's gonna be a problem. Because some of your biggest haters are the ones right next to you, bro. Some of your biggest haters in life is the ones right next to you. And people don't know it until it's too late. But there are ways to identify it. There are ways, bro. And communication is one. You comprehending what a person is saying to you. You understanding how a person feel about you. You understanding how a person think about you. Even and you understand like condescending and passive aggressiveness. You'll understand the difference of it once you start understanding communication. Right and simple. But hey y'all, I appreciate y'all, man. It's Coach D. I'm gonna get my butt out of here, man. Y'all know what I always say. Care about how you feel. These conversations to build nations. And if I say anything that resonated with you, do me a favor, hit that share button, tell somebody, help me spread the word. But until next time, that's all I got.
And do it for the 9.
What up, 9?
Acknowledge me!